Top HFY story: The humans are far from alright. 2617 r/HFY. The year was 2617, and the galactic community had finally stopped underestimating humanity, not because of their strength or ingenuity, but because of their sheer, unrelenting madness. It began when the United Galactic Council, UGC, dispatched an envoy to Earth. The humans had just been introduced to faster-than-light travel and were invited to join the interstellar community. The UGC anticipated a warm, cooperative exchange. Instead, they were met with chaos. When Ambassador Gr. a dignified Vorathan, arrived on Earth, he expected formal diplomacy. Instead, the humans greeted him by organizing a Welcome Gr. Beer Pong Championship. Gr. didn't know what beer pong was, but by the end of the night, he was wearing sunglasses indoors, yelling, "Chug, chug, chug." It didn't stop there. Once integrated into the UGC, humans started asking disturbing questions like, what happens if you put two black holes in a blender? Has anyone tried weaponizing star whales? What's the ethical limit of genetically engineering house pets into battle companions? The UGC brushed off these questions as the idle musings of a curious species, until humans began acting on them. By 2617, humanity was simultaneously spearheading an intergalactic arms race, re-engineering entire ecosystems to terraform hostile planets, and waging a ferocious diplomatic campaign to legalize space wrestling. The other species, accustomed to millennia of peace and order, were in shock. And then there was the incident on Erixus 4. Erixus 4, a quiet UGC colony, was plagued by a recurring problem, a massive, planet-wide sandstorm that disrupted its energy grid. The locals had struggled for decades to solve it. When a human engineering team arrived, the colony expected new energy shields or advanced weather control. Instead, the humans detonated a nuclear bomb in the planet's atmosphere. It's simple, explained Chief Engineer Sarah Ward over the colony's public broadcast. The shockwave redirected the storm fronts. You're welcome. The solution worked, but the fact that humanity's first instinct was detonation unnerved everyone. In UGC Council meetings, this behavior sparked intense debate. Some argued that humans were a menace, a species of reckless experimenters who posed a threat to the galaxy. Others believed humanity was simply misunderstood. A motion was proposed to expel humanity from the UGC. Before it could be voted on, humans managed to crash the council's server infrastructure, not intentionally, but because they were trying to livestream a galaxy-wide karaoke contest. What truly solidified humanity's reputation, however, was the Zorthax invasion of 2617. The Zorthax, a nomadic war species, had long been considered unstoppable. They emerged from the void, laying waste to entire systems. When they set their sights on the Sol system, the UGC mourned Earth's inevitable loss. But the humans didn't prepare defenses. They didn't evacuate. They didn't even panic. Instead, they hacked into Zorthax communications and sent a single message, *pull up. When the Zorthax fleet arrived, they were met with Earth's most terrifying invention, memes. Broadcasts of absurd, chaotic human videos flooded their ships, dancing cats, people slipping on ice, poorly animated frogs singing about rainbows, all interspersed with messages like "you don't want this smoke. Zorthax, *and your fleet looks like a discount asteroid belt." The Zorthax hesitated. Then, humanity unleashed its secret weapon, a coordinated barrage of rickrolls. Entire fleets were incapacitated as their communication systems looped *, never gonna give you up. The Zorthax, thoroughly confused and demoralized, surrendered unconditionally. In the aftermath, humanity's reputation skyrocketed. The UGC, begrudgingly, admitted that humanity's insanity was oddly effective. By the end of 2617, humans had established a new role within the galaxy, chaos agents. Need a diplomatic stalemate broken? Send humans. Want to outthink a rogue AI? Humans. Need to neutralize a galactic threat through incomprehensible means? Call Earth. The galaxy still didn't understand humanity, but one thing was clear. The humans were far from alright, and that was exactly what made them indispensable. The Zorthax surrender didn't mark the end of humanity's reign of chaos. It was just the beginning. By 2618, the phrase, "pull up," became a galactic idiom meaning, prepare for absurdity. Humans were everywhere now, not because they were invited, but because they just showed up. Take, for example, the Signarian peace accords. The Signarians and the Plothari had been warring for centuries. A conference on neutral ground was humanity's chance to prove they were capable of serious diplomacy. For weeks, Earth's representatives sat quietly in negotiations. The galaxy held its breath, amazed by their restraint. Then, on the final day of talks, the humans revealed what they called cultural enrichment in the form of a surprise feast. The dishes? An assortment of Earth's most infamous delicacies, including durian, surströmming, and a particularly potent chili extract they nicknamed Dragon's Wrath. The Signarians and Plothari, who communicated primarily through chemical signals, were overwhelmed by the olfactory onslaught. The resulting chaos ended with the delegates laughing uncontrollably, intoxicated by the unusual pheromonal reactions. Somehow, this bizarre incident broke the centuries-old feud, and the two species agreed to peace. Afterward, when asked how they achieved what centuries of diplomats couldn't, the lead human negotiator shrugged and said, "Food brings people together, even if it smells like death." Humanity's exploits weren't limited to diplomacy. Their scientific endeavors baffled the galaxy just as much. The Blender black hole experiment, which was initially dismissed as a joke, became a reality when Earth scientists built a containment field and smashed two artificial singularities together. The result? A miniature, stable wormhole, small enough to fit in a coffee mug. The lead scientist, Dr. Emery Klein, was seen sipping coffee next to the wormhole during the presentation, casually dropping sugar cubes into it to see where they'd end up. By the end of the demonstration, the wormhole had spat the sugar cubes back out, perfectly caramelized. The UGC was horrified, the humans were ecstatic. "It's a breakthrough in dessert science," Klein declared, holding up a bowl of space-flavored creme brulee. The galaxy's opinion of humanity had reached a point of reluctant admiration. Sure, they were chaotic and reckless, but they got results. So when the Felnorians, a species of hyperlogical, hyper-predictable beings, announced they were hosting the first intergalactic strategy tournament, everyone assumed the humans would fail spectacularly. The tournament involved simulations of interstellar wars, resource allocation, and political maneuvering. The Felnorians, known for their flawless strategic calculations, were expected to win. Humanity sent a single representative, a retired Earth general named Ruth Wildcard Morrison. No one knew her strategy, least of all her. Morrison approached each round with the same bizarre tactics. She bribed simulated alien warlords with imaginary currency. She declared peace, then sent an invasion fleet 5 seconds later. She built an army out of mining drones and kitchen appliances, then somehow turned it into a functioning navy. The Felnorians were baffled. Their predictive algorithms couldn't account for Morrison's randomness. By the end of the tournament, she had not only won but also rewritten the rules of galactic strategy. When asked how she managed it, Morrison smirked and said, "Easy, I just asked myself, what would confuse me the most?" By 2620, humanity's reputation was cemented. They were chaos incarnate, a species that thrived on unpredictability, but they weren't malicious, just delightfully unhinged. Some species saw them as a threat, others saw them as allies, but everyone agreed on one thing: if you saw a human delegation arriving, something extraordinary, and probably ridiculous, was about to happen. As the UGC president once remarked, "The humans are far from all right, but maybe that's exactly what the galaxy needed." Humanity's unique brand of chaos wasn't just reshaping galactic diplomacy, science, and strategy, it was leaking into culture as well. By 2622, the influence of Earth's creativity had reached every corner of the galaxy, sparking trends, fads, and some deeply unsettling developments. Take, for example, the rise of Earth Wrestling Federation Galactic, EWFG. Humans had managed to export professional wrestling to the stars, reimagining it as a cross-species spectacle. The arena? Zero-gravity chambers with floating platforms. The competitors? A mix of humans, alien gladiators, and engineered combat pets, legalized after a particularly intense lobbying effort by humanity. Fans couldn't get enough. The UGC initially banned it, deeming it too violent and ridiculous. That changed when a viral clip of the Nebula Crusher, a human wrestler, suplexing a 12-foot Thranaxian warrior mid-air was broadcast across the galaxy. Within weeks, EWFG had more viewers than the UGC's own council meetings. Even traditionally stoic species, like the Xyrath, known for their emotionless demeanor, began incorporating wrestling moves into their military training. "I don't understand it," said Xyrath General Threx, practicing a piledriver, "but it is oddly effective." Then there was the galactic meme war of 2623. It started innocently enough. Humans, as always, were introducing alien species to their peculiar sense of humor. The Krelthak, a species that communicated entirely through bioluminescent patterns, became enamored with Earth memes, adapting them into flashes of light that conveyed increasingly absurd jokes. What began as a cultural exchange quickly escalated into a galaxy-wide competition. Species from across the stars began submitting their own interpretations of human memes, each trying to outdo the other. The Ivon turned distracted boyfriend into a performance art piece involving 36 participants. The Tlokvani engineered a living plant that reshaped itself into meme templates. But the humans had no intention of losing. They unleashed AI-driven meme generators capable of producing billions of variations in seconds. Entire servers across the UGC collapsed under the strain of endless Shrek references, deep-fried image macros, and incomprehensible layers of irony. In the end, the UGC declared a ceasefire and formally recognized humanity as the victors of the meme war, awarding Earth the title of cultural supremacy in humor and chaos. Despite their growing influence, humanity wasn't universally loved. Many species still viewed them as reckless, dangerous, and downright insane. The Culture Imperium, a race of perfectionists, found humanity's antics intolerable. By 2624, tensions between Earth and the Culture had reached a breaking point. The Culture accused humanity of destabilizing galactic order and demanded their expulsion from the UGC. To settle the dispute, the UGC proposed a trial by combat, an ancient but rarely used tradition. Each side would nominate a champion to face off in a simulated battle. If humanity lost, they would be permanently exiled. The Culture sent their greatest warrior, Imperator Zynar, a 7-foot-tall, genetically enhanced super soldier. Humanity sent Kevin. Kevin Tran was not a soldier, he wasn't an engineer, a diplomat, or even particularly athletic. He was, however, the reigning champion of Earth's most chaotic pastime, battle kart racing. The simulation arena? A racetrack filled with gravity-defying loops, plasma mines, and the occasional rampaging alien beast. As the race began, Zynar took an early lead, maneuvering his sleek, high-tech hovercart with military precision. Kevin, on the other hand, seemed more interested in collecting power-ups and launching banana-like projectiles at random. It was pure chaos. By the final lap, Zynar's cart was a smoking wreck, and Kevin had somehow weaponized a black hole generator to slingshot himself across the finish line. Humanity had won again, through sheer unpredictability. When asked for his thoughts, Kevin simply said, "I just pressed all the buttons and hoped for the best." By 2625, the galaxy had stopped trying to fight humanity's madness and started embracing it. Humans became advisors, entertainers, scientists, and strategists for countless civilizations. Some species even began studying human behavior as a field of academic research. A new galactic saying emerged, when in doubt, do as the humans do, but maybe don't go full human. Because while the humans were far from alright, they had proven one undeniable truth. Sometimes, a little chaos was exactly what the universe needed.